change the types of meme. Just change the types of memes, right? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So yeah, we're gonna try to change the chat culture together. It's still hopefully going to be a fun stream. And the problem is that if I don't address this now and we keep going and we don't change it, it's just going to get worse. Like at some point, a person's chat is really influenced by the streamer. I have to take responsibility there, and this is all I ask. This is all I ask. I don't want to be unreasonable, and I don't think I'm generally an unreasonable person. I just want to keep having fun without having to worry about seeing a ton of like sexual comments in chat, because it makes me really uncomfortable and it makes me feel like I'm not staying true to my personal values. So that's all, chat. Again, yeah, the longer it goes, the harder it gets to change it.
His NPC in World of Warcraft is gone. And that's scary. Cancel culture is terrifying, boys. Terrifying. I'm never talking to another woman again. I think I'm just never going to talk to another woman again. I'm just never going to. I don't think it's worth.
Like, to some extent, like, Miskiff is probably right here. Like, if you're so mind-numbingly fucking stupid that you can't have an interaction with a woman without raping them, maybe it's probably best that you don't talk to another woman again, right? Like, it's not that hard. It's not really that hard to, like, try to flirt with somebody, and then if they shoot you down, just like move on. Like, it's not really that difficult a thing to do, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's that difficult, but what? Like, I bring a girl over and I make a joke like, damn, you know, it's pretty not safe to come over with me, right? Like, I could be a murderer. She's like, you know, she's like, what's your favorite movie? I really like Silence of the Lambs. I always wanted to wear somebody's face. Like, okay. And like, she comes in, it's like, oh, wow, what's that like? Oh, I cook sometimes. Like, this is my knife and honing rod. And she's like, okay, or whatever. And then we go to the room, and then let's say I fucking murder her, right? And right before she dies, she's thinking like, oh my God, like, dude, this guy was saying so much fucking crazy shit. Like, why the fuck am I in this position? I can't believe I'm so stupid, right? But like, up until that moment, it's possible that like everything was a joke, but like, it's really difficult. It's really difficult sometimes until like that one defining bad moment happens for you to look back and be like, oh, fuck. Yeah, fuck, I fucked up really hard. And then what happens is that once that bad thing happens at the end, and you know they're a bad person, well, now you feel like a fucking idiot. Like, fuck, I'm so fucking stupid. Like, how could I tell a friend all of these things when I'm going to look like a fucking moron? Like, I look so stupid. Like, and then you feel embarrassed, and then you feel ashamed, and then you feel like you're an idiot. You feel like you deserved it. Like, fuck. Destiny, Twitch Primes. I feel kind of weird, like, shilling for Primes at the end of this. I've had like, surprisingly, I've had like several of like victims or victim related people. I hate using that word because it's so dehumanizing, but like I've had several accusers like reach out to me surprisingly and like thank me for using my platform to, you know, validate what they say, or that I'm giving them like a greater voice by going over these on stream. At the end of the day, like if you appreciate what I'm doing, or if you think that what I'm doing is like a really good thing or whatever, this is easy for me. Right? Technically, I'm just getting viewers and more popularity off of going over these accusations. The people that are making the real sacrifices doing this are the actual people that are coming out making the accusations. Despite what a lot of people think, there's not really much to be gained by making a rape accusation of somebody. And oftentimes, the public backlash is going to be severe. The other person's fan base is going to come out and shit on you. You're going to get creepy fucks in your Twitter DMs and your Instagram DMs that are shitting on you. You're going to be getting negative comments for the rest of your life on like your Instagram. For her to come out and be like, oh, you guys are being sweethearts, telling people you'll listen if they'll need to unburden themselves. Hats off to you. Listen, I just want the name so I can beat some ass. No, you're a spineless, cowardly fucking hack that might have let a girl get raped because you were too busy trying to protect your bottom line. Like, that's what happened, right? The money that your company was making was more important to you than somebody else getting raped. Potentially multiple people. Like, that's the reality of the situation, right? Like, this was the person literally that responded to the email saying that like, well, hey, listen, bitch, you don't have a fucking police report, get the fuck out of here. We're not firing our fucking cash cow. Are you crazy?
It's not enough to just be like one of the good ones and be respectful of women. I feel like there's always more I could have done. Like, not just for the girls, but just like when I see it happening, I feel like I should have said something or said more was more firm and more encouraging.
Really understood what Fed did. What he did was he didn't really ask for consent, and OTV can sug my balls. Oh, the same motherfuckers that are trying to figure out, like, you know, what the coordinates are for Pokemon's new house or apartment or wherever the fuck she lives are the same people who are like, this should have been handled privately. Why? So you could have more breadcrumbs to fucking follow, you sickos? It's not up to you how this shit gets handled. Okay? It's up to them. Part of the reason why they're doing this publicly, outside of all of those psychopaths who are way too invested in the daily back and forth relationship that online content creators have. The other reason is because, as Iman mentions here, there were numerous other people that he was doing this to. This is a pattern of behavior that is abusive.
Oh, not that line. Come on, I've heard that one.
Back. Oh, snaps. Oh, these kids today, man, they're so rude.
Let's swing it in.
These kids are rude.
Baby.
All right, give me this.
Okay, that's it.
That's there. Check this. Okay, sir. All right, give me that.
Okay, check it.
Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Come on, Hans, be easy on me. I've been sick, man. I got the freaking corona, man. You gotta be easy on me.
This is gonna go on my book.
Check.
You're gonna flag this.
Damn it. You have that much time left? All right, I gotta slow down. How do you have 8 freaking pawns on you? All right, don't worry. I'm the stalemate master of Brooklyn.
Yeah, when I XQC out here.
Hold on, I'm the stalemate master of Brooklyn. Hold on. This is the first one. This is the warm-up.
I'll bring it.
I will not.
Oh, no, that's a little.
Oh, is that stalemate? All right, one for the bad guys.
Flipping and shipping LSF 10K.
Oh.
Because Mrs. B used to make a lot of cakes.
Mrs. B making cakes. Ooh, I can't wait to go home and see what cake Mrs. B is caked up to make.
Fellas, can I get an amen if your girl, anytime you bring up somebody, they start sexualizing it? Why can't you just be homies with people? Know what I mean? What happened to just being homies? Like when we were in kindergarten and you can play with my toys and I can play with yours. Everything's all sexually charged. All right? You know what I mean? Can I get an amen?
Men, I know you can't imagine this, but women can be funny and we can make jokes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Cap.
Now let's try this Pop-Tart.
You make the flyer yourself.
So it was, yes. Yeah, I made not even flyers. It was like I posted all over the internet that I was teaching tutoring computer science. And I checked it beforehand. There were like no tutors on Oahu for comp sci. So that was kind of weird. But so I made like multiple different websites and Craigslist posting pretending to be different companies and different people, but they'd all funnel back to me. So like for a very short time I had a monopoly on all the tutoring jobs on Oahu.
Why did you feel the need to be different companies?
So I felt like I would catch more work if someone goes to one company and they say that one doesn't look good, they'll go to the next company. Checkmate, asshole, they're both me. that led to the funniest fucking thing ever.
Aspen wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk. The girl in the middle of us, hammered. And, well, she grabbed 2 hammers herself, and she just she like slid. It's almost like she forgot she was alive.
Yep.
She went like this. And she just put her hand on both of our dicks. And me and Asman both had girlfriends.
Smash Brothers.
We both had girlfriends. And we both like look at each other. And I go, and Asman's like, so we didn't do anything, obviously. But, you know, it's just like weird shit like that happens all the time. I'm sure Chance has stories like that.
Hear that, I think her name's Pooper Noodle, released, and it was pretty graphic, right? And she summed it up for me, and I took all the things in the account, all things into account, and what I did yesterday was I did ask them to be released from my method deal, and they got back to me today, and they said that they wanted to release another statement, and and after 24 hours, I should give them 24 hours or something. So I was like, fine, because apparently maybe there's something else that we don't know and they want to get out there. So, but I did ask to be released, and we'll see how it goes from there. So.
No.
You're like, Nick's being weird. Remember, because I wouldn't take you to get your makeup because my food came.
Nope.
And then I was like, hey, Milena, if you knew you had to pick up something at 6 o'clock, then why are you sleeping for 4 hours?
That was shit-faced drunk.
Oh, is that an excuse? Because that seems like an excuse someone else is using that doesn't seem to work.
I was shit-faced drunk.
Oh, if you're shit-faced drunk and you have somewhere to be at 6 o'clock, well, maybe you shouldn't have got shit-faced drunk in the first place.
Really busy, and I was like, me busy? Like, you and Fed were, 2 peas in a pod all night. And he goes, oh yeah, like, what's going on with you guys? And I was like, what do you mean, what's going on? And the guy informed me that Fed told him that we were together when we weren't, and that he told the guy not to tell anyone, not to talk to anyone about it, not to talk to me about it, and that was the first. Toast also sat down with Fed a year ago. At this point, Toast was the only one from OTV who was aware of the incident with Yvonne and Fed, and he warned Fed about the growing concern within our friend group in regards to his behavior around girls. And this was before we all shared our stories. In regards to his behavior around girls, especially when drinking, and this was before all the recent stuff. It was just like a concern that was starting to build at the time. Fed responded by getting angry at Toast and claimed to not have remembered the incident with Yvonne, and he seemed more concerned with who else knew about the incident and about anything else, and who had said what about him. I am sharing this on behalf of Toast and with his permission. I want to put a huge emphasis on this. The way he shit-talked Yvonne and Lily to me and others, particularly, I will just recount my experience, is so frustrating knowing what happened between them. The Yvonne incident happened, and Fed would start talking to me. I'm so sorry for being emotional. He would talk to me about how Yvonne was lazy and not working enough and playing League all the time. And I was concerned. And he would say, oh, she won't work on OTV stuff with me or brainstorm and blah, blah, blah. And this discussion got to the point of us almost letting Yvonne go from the company because we thought she just wasn't interested enough in working with us. When in reality, her behavior was entirely because of the incident that happened between them. So I also explained to the girls that I felt the only proper and unproblematic way for me to deal with my emotions was to move out of the house myself. And I also want to quickly elaborate, There were a lot of reasons why I wanted to move out. Yes, Fed was a big pushing force. I do still mean all the other things about moving out.
BRB. Hello?
Do you know what Shungite is? It's a 2 billion-year-old, like, rock stone that protects.
Dumb bitch. Don't care.
This was handled outside of trust and safety.
I don't even know what that means.
Saying legal dealt with it.
Trust and safety is the one that, deals with the ban system within Twitch. And this was not a decision that this was given to them. This was made outside of trust and safety, and it is not DMCA. It is not DMCA.
For just to talk more about the statement that I don't know if any of you saw this here, but there was a female at one of the Twitch parties. It was the VIP Twitch after party thing, and she was touching Felix's leg while he was almost passed out drunk. And I didn't want to get too crazy because I was like, okay, these Twitch people would probably have no fucking they wouldn't care if they banned me. You know what I mean? They'll keep inviting Felix, but if I punch her right now, if I punch her straight in the fucking face right now, they'll ban me and I'm going to look like the bad guy. And do you know what I mean? Even though I did the right thing, I'd still get in trouble. So I stopped her and I looked at her friend and I said, you better take her out of here now before I beat the shit out of her. I'm giving you 2 seconds because of the place, but you better take her out right now.
Girl, I would have been gone. I would have grew an extra leg and been out that bitch real fast.
She did. She went.
Obviously, it's a very serious situation. I've been yelled at by his PR. That was really fun. That was a fun time. I had a great time talking to CAA and his PR. That was nice.
You talked to CAA about it?
CAA is his agency, and they were thrilled, obviously, about all of this. And they loved to tell me how thrilled they were to talk to me too. They definitely got that impression. They were loving talking to me. So
only 2 options here, guys. Guys, 2 options.
Last streamer standing.
Sexual assault, boys, or view botting. There's nobody could possibly sit home and watch the doc unironically.
From the Michael Bay Transformers.
I'm telling you guys, it's view botting.
Okay, but I don't want him.
I'm all yours.
No, I don't want him.
No.
He doesn't
give
eat
me
burgers.
at least
What?
You're so, why are you exaggerating? It's just a fucking hug, dude. You don't want to hug me?
No, that's not. Sorry, reaction.
I'm your fucking roommate, dog. What the fuck? I'm like your little bro, alright? You need give me a fucking hug.
Yeah, little bro,
fucking annoying, dude. Give me a fucking hug.
Stop, no.
Give me a hug. I want a hug.
Frozen hot dogs.
Alright, I need it, alright?
You don't.
Yeah, I do. I'm sad.